I'm thinking of divorcing my wife for how she treats our twin daughters. I just want to rant on an account not associated with my hobbies, sorry. I'm 34 meters, my wife is 35, my daughters are 9-year-old twins. Twins kind of run in my wife's family, even though she herself is not one. From what I know, she was very jealous of her cousins that are twins when she was growing up, so she's been very intense about it ever since she got pregnant. When going to her 8-week appointment, she kept talking about how she hoped the baby was 2 babies. I thought it was funny but not weird. When we found out they indeed were twins, my wife was so happy and so excited, and of course I was happy to be having kids too. The problem started with the baby planning. When decorating the nurseries, she decided that they should instead be in the same room. This makes sense for newborns, for convenience, but she always said she wanted them to share rooms forever. This seemed very silly to me since we have a 6-bedroom house. She threw us a gender reveal, and got her family to organize us a baby shower. Both parties were themed around the fact that the girls were twins. Gifts were required to be matching, all the games and activities were about things in sets of 2. This is around when my family started thinking she was being weird, but I disagreed with them. We had a bit of an argument before the baby shower, because she wanted to give the girls what to me were overly matching names. Her favorites were Eva and Ava. In the end she agreed that having them be only one letter off was silly, and we ended up with matching, but not overly obvious names. When my girls were born, my wife would dress them up the same every day no matter what. When one of the girls dirtied her clothes, she'd change them both, even if that meant waking one of them up. She would get mad at me if I dressed them differently. She'd get upset if they did not both want to be fed at the same time. This is when I started noticing how weird she was being about the twin thing. I'm going to be using those fake names from now on. When they started going to kinder, she bought them all matching coats, new shoes, backpacks and lunchboxes. But she would also get upset if any of them got swapped. She made sure to name label anything. One time she complained to the teacher about sending Anna in Betty's coat the previous day. Anna has always been the quieter, more calm one of the two. Now that they are older, she likes to stay home and read. She watches TV with her mom. Betty on the other hand is a lot more energetic. She likes to play outside and build things, she likes to play video games with me, or go stay with her auntie, my sister, who is a hiker and mountain biker. She loves sports class and tennis, and last year started doing swim too. This is the origin of all our problems. My wife doesn't like that Betty is not as feminine and calm as her and Anna. When Betty started not wanting to get her hair done every morning, they had such a massive fight the house was tense for a week. My wife likes to send the girls to school in the same or matching hairstyles, and would get upset when Betty would return home with her hair in a ponytail or messed up from sports. They go to private school, and Betty recently also asked me if she could start wearing the boys' uniform, pants, instead of the skirt. I said I could buy them for her if that made her more comfortable. When I brought this up to my wife, she got extremely mad, and went to stay with her sister for a week, even though she returned the next day. She never apologized but took back her threat of getting rid of the pants. I have been very upset since this happened and have been trying to take more time out of my day to talk to Betty and make sure she doesn't feel upset with her mom. Our biggest fight was tonight, and why I'm sleeping in our guest room. While I was finishing dinner and the girls were setting the table, my wife stood at the door of the kitchen and told us all that Betty would not be allowed to do swim anymore. I got upset because she said this without talking to me first, and Betty was upset because all her friends are in swim. For context here, you have to know we are from immigrant families, and our home country, elders are, to be completely honest, quite racist and colorist. My wife proceeded to explain to Betty that swim makes her spend too much time outside, that she had gotten too tan, didn't match her sister anymore, and that our family back home would make fun of her about it if we went to visit this summer. I got extremely upset at my wife and told her she can't tell our girls things like that, and that it is extremely hurtful and irresponsible. Anna went and sat at the table and Betty locked herself in the bathroom. The argument kept going, and I brought up how ridiculous she was being about matching. That it's extremely dumb for the girls to still share a bedroom when we have a perfectly usable open one, and that what she said was very obviously racist. She said she wasn't, but I decided this was not worth it and went to try comfort Betty. I ended up having a long conversation with both girls where they agreed they wanted separate rooms, and apologized for arguing in front of them. Anna also told me she hates wearing matching hairstyles because their mom is aggressive with the brush. I apologized to her too. After cleaning up the kitchen, I realized my wife locked me out of our bedroom, and she won't even acknowledge me when I knock. She also seems to have taken the keys from the utility closet with her, because I can't find them. I'm extremely frustrated. I put the girls to bed and said we'll move some of the furniture tomorrow. I called my sister and we talked, but now I'm just more upset. I feel like I failed as a parent. They are 9, I should have noticed sooner. I'm seriously considering divorce. But I'm worried how the girls will get treated if we end up with 50-50 custody.